Would it surprise you? I know it would surprise you. If I told you that for a period of time yesterday, there was a horrible PTSD moment where I was concerned about Bruce here over my shoulder dying. This is messed up. By the way, Darla is behind him on the couch. That's why you can't see her. She's there in all her glory. Everything's fine. I'll just say that. I don't want this to be one of those stories where I take forever telling it like I always do, and then nothing happens. So I'll just go to the ending. Obviously, Bruce is fine, but man, oh God! So yesterday was a day to take both Darla and Bruce to the vet. I know this is going to be a big one in terms of money. By the way, the vet, Dr. Josh, he goes, okay, do you have pet insurance on Darla? I said, no. He goes, you must. Because the way this works is when you try to get pet insurance, they petition us for the history. And if a pet has had any whatever, it reduces your coverage. That's why it's harder for people who get pet insurance for the animal midlife. He goes, but there's nothing wrong with your dog. Your dog's only been alive for 8 weeks. So get the pet insurance right now. I go, all right, I will. So word of advice from Dr. Josh. So that's very cool. And everything's perfect with her. There's not an issue in the world. Bruce, he's due for all these vaccinations. And Bordetella, I don't know how to say it, leptospirosis, all sorts of shit. And then they go, do you want to, and you want to get some of those pills for the heartworm? And I go, no, let's, can we do that shart? Jesus, what the fuck? Shot. Shart. That's something entirely different that I do a few times a year. Shart. What the fuck happened there? A shot called Heart Pro, where they put they shoot the dog with a shot, and it doesn't need any type of heartworm medication for a full year. It's really easy because, sometimes you forget to give them the little pill. And they go, yeah, if that's what you want. I go, well, whatever. That's easiest, right? Yeah, it is. So we get all the stuff taken care of, and they take Darla. They actually said, okay, part of the checkup for Darla is we do do this, that, the other. Everything's fine. We're gonna trim her little nails, and then she has to be passed around every single employee at the vet because of the squish. You gotta pet her and love her up. Poor Bruce is like, yeah, whatever. So they do that. Bruce gets taken care of. It's time to leave. I'm walking out. We go to use. Bruce wants to go potty, so I wander over, and he pukes like hardcore. Like, what? And by the way, they had said to me, they go, all right, you can leave in a few minutes. We're just finishing the observation window to see if there is an allergic reaction to the Heart Pro shot. So, I get Bruce, I walk him out, he pukes, and right away I think, okay, we're just out of the window, but he's having an allergic reaction. This is not great. Then he takes 5 more steps, barfs again. I'm like, holy shit, and he's foaming at the mouth. He's looking at me like, what the fuck have you done to me, you asshole? Poor little guy. So I go back in. I go, hey, this isn't great. And they come out and they take him. And just before that, he pukes again and again. He's puked 4 times in 4 minutes. And then he's back there for extended time. And I'm sitting in the waiting room. 3 weeks removed from Daisy. And I'm like, motherfuck, am I going to be cremating another pet here? What the fuck is going on? I wasn't 100% sure what was going on. If it was an allergic reaction. I mean, I didn't know. I just assumed. Dr. Josh comes out and he looks at me and he kind of smiles. He goes, it's an allergic reaction. I go, oh, okay, so what are you doing? He goes, well, I gave him a steroid and shot a shot of a steroid to counter the effects, and also he's too far gone in the reaction for just a Benadryl, so I gave him a super powered Benadryl shot, and so that's gonna because immediately I guess he got back there and he started rubbing his face on the ground. His face is breaking out in hives. It was swelling. His feet, everything was breaking out in hives. He's itching all over. So then the concern is throat swelling on a short-faced, on a smush-faced dog like that. They already have a hard time breathing when they're just sleeping, for fuck's sake, sometimes. So they're concerned about that, so they got to watch him for like extended time to make sure he's okay, as the counter-effective medications work their way through his system. And oh fuck! Tell you what, that was touch and go for me. It wasn't on their end. I'm sure they've seen this many times, but Dr. Josh comes out and he goes, "Well, he's allergic. Another thing, so you don't have to worry about it for a year, but we won't do that again. We don't want that to happen." So holy shit! Thank you, Kaboobies69, for subscribing, man. But for a while, I had that sinking feeling that this was going to go terribly. But it worked out, thank God. Well, while that was going on, everybody's in love with Darla. She's on my lap, asleep, and this little child comes in. I don't know if she was with a worker or something like that. She's probably like 6 or 5. And she comes walking up to me, and she's asked me if she can pet the puppy. And I go, sure. And so, little kid, and getting way too close, though. She's like almost laying on me at this point. And I wiggle out of that, and I just set the dog down. And then she just doesn't even pay attention to that, and she's just loving the dog up. And I'm like getting away because it was just, she was in my space, and it was funky, and I felt like a GD creep, frankly. And I said, I got to get the fuck out of here. So I put the dog down and moved away, like several feet away. And she picks the dog up. She's loving on the dog, and it's great. So, but I was like, kid, stranger danger. Someone needs to, maybe she does have the stranger danger, but the puppy overpowered the stranger danger. The adorable bulldog puppy could probably do that. But this was, holy shit. I had to get the hell out of there. But tell you what, if there's ever a time that I want to make my mark in human trafficking, in the human trafficking industry, I'm starting by getting a bulldog puppy. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And there's a good chance that I will be successful because of the bulldog puppy. Everybody comes walking. I could traffic an old man with a bulldog puppy. And anybody, I could just, all I got to do is have the bulldog puppy. They come up, they go, oh, hey, I don't know you. You could be a trained killer, but I love your bulldog puppy. Can I? Sure. Okay. And then they pick up the puppy. They turn around. I bash him over the head as hard as I can and drag him into the van, tie him up, and sell them. They become slaves, and, for the investment of the puppy, I pick up the puppy, you reuse the puppy. You can constantly reuse the puppy. Get more people. And in a week, I'm going to be the number one human trafficker in the world because of the bulldog puppy. Unbelievable. See, Maureen, she gets it. She would do the same thing. She says, come see the puppy in my van. Radio Voice Lita says, where's the disclaimer? This is all fiction. Well, of course it's all fiction. I said if I were ever to go down the road of being a trafficker, that's the way. I would never dream of doing that, but that's what I would do, you know? Kenny says, reuse the puppy. Words I didn't expect to hear this morning. Well, no, the puppy would be a tool. You know how, like, people in sales, they might have their, a copy of Zig Ziglar's book in their briefcase, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You know, if I'm a trafficker, I don't need the book. I just need the puppy. And reuse it over and over again. And be successful every time. Maureen says until the puppy outgrows its cuteness. Oh, yeah. So in a matter of weeks, then the puppy is done. So you then need a new puppy. And so you're when you go to the person you got the first puppy, yeah, I need a new puppy. Well, I just sold you a puppy. So, yeah, but it's not a puppy anymore. I need a puppy. Hey, are you running a puppy mill? No, I'm trafficking people. Oh, okay. It's the key to successful trafficking, in my opinion, is a English bulldog puppy. I think any puppy will do, but if you want to get the most people, you must go with the cutest. And I think the French and English bulldogs may be the cutest puppies of all time. I'm partial to them. Also, the, what do you call it? Golden Retriever or the yellow lab. Those are amazingly cute, or any type of lab. None of those fucking doodle dogs. I love the neighbors who have doodles, but I really think that the doodles are overrated. No offense, Ashley. I think there's some overrating going on in the doodle world. You know? Linda says a corgi puppy would also be effective for human trafficking. Beagles, those are great for human trafficking. Basset hounds. It's pretty screwed up that even popped in my brain. What the hell is wrong with me? Well, anyway, that was my day yesterday. I was there for like 3 hours. Hang on, I got to finish this. Okay. Thank you for joining me today in the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Baldwin Ace Hardware, a beacon of DIY awesomeness in the Northland. Thank you for following the show on Twitch. It happens live on Twitch. The show happens live on Twitch every day at about the same time. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Now, the entire show does not appear on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm giving you just a fraction of it, trying to encourage you to go to Twitch and follow the show there. I haven't heard of it. I don't know what to do. This is so simple. Would you just shut up for a minute and listen to me? The full show on your desktop, laptop, whatever. Go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live and just hit follow. That's all you got to do. Or on your mobile device, just download the Twitch app and then search all one word, Eric Zane Live. There I am. Follow. It lets you know every time I start doing a show. Give yourself a username. You can contribute on the chat. Become a regular. And off you go. You can also subscribe if you choose. Subscribing gets you access, less access. Less access to commercials. If you are subscribed, no commercials fly in at inopportune times during the video live stream. So all there for you. Or don't. I don't care. This is all free. When you subscribe, though, subscribe with your Amazon Prime account. Link up your Amazon Prime account first and then subscribe. You're like, you're using all sorts of words that I don't know. Essentially, you'll figure it out. It's quite simple. If you just kind of hit things and click on them and look around and have a good time, that's how it is on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. You can also send me an email if you want to chat, Eric@EricZaneShow.com on the Shoreliners striping inbox. Shoreliners, these are the guys who will stripe the parking lot and make it look spiffy. Thank you very much. And as always, when this show is done, I take the audio and I publish the audio podcast, where the lion's share of people who consume my show get it on the audio podcast. Whatever platform you like, just search Eric Zane Show. There it is. Download, subscribe, rate, and review. Off you go. Thank you. Stand by. Oh. So I will send you on your way. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Facebook and Twitch. Brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Kenny writes, hit things, click around, you'll get it. Chris says, virtually any minivan or teacup breed puppy. I'm sorry, I can't read today. I can't read and I can't talk. Virtually any miniature or teacup breed puppy would be good for trafficking. Yeah. Maureen agrees. I think generally we can just say puppy because we're obviously talking about all puppies here. Twitter brought to you by Blue Frost IT. All right. Video from the Boston Marathon is kind of making the rounds online. I think the winner came across at about 2:05 on that race Monday. It's incredibly quick. I think it's the guy who won it this year is the same guy who won it last year. So that's about, a little over 5 minutes a mile. If you want to get an idea of what that's like from your driveway, run as fast as you can for the next 2 driveways. As fast as you possibly can. You'll probably be right around 5 minutes a mile for those 2 driveways. And then you stop, collapse, and realize that for the next week you're going to be in pain. That's what these people do for 26.2 miles. Linda says she bikes at 5 minutes a mile. Can't imagine running that fast. Isn't that incredible? Well, this is the most catastrophic thing that has happened at the Boston Marathon since the bombing. On the 10-year anniversary of the bombing, this lady did some bombing of her own. Here she is on the Ring doorbell camera. She's here on the left side. She's in a position where her hands are on top of the waistband, and she's getting ready to drop her shorts because she's going to pull it the old Eric Zane here. Good form, drops the pants, and just pushing out the turds. Just pumping out the feces. And there's a guy walking up. This guy lives at this place. And he comes walking in. And he's looking right at her. She's looking at him. He's like, hey, what the fuck? What are you doing? She's like, yeah, hey, I'm taking a shit on your lawn. He's like, fuck. I think she wiped. She might have. A lot of times runners will run with something to wipe with just in case. So she takes the dump. These two are the homeowners. They're getting ready to interact with her, but she She like cuts through the trees. And that's it. Oh, man. That's rough. I think there were, the guy who owns a house, he said there was porta-johns everywhere. So he's not having it. He's not happy at all. He's pissed off. And he's not going quietly into the night over this deal. Perhaps understandably, according to this article from Runner's World, the homeowner was not happy about the unscheduled pit stop. I have no idea how it can be defended. LOL. Thank you for the info. I'll be filing a report with the BAA. I'm not sure what the BAA is. Maybe the Boston Athletic Association? What the fuck? I don't know. You're filing a report? They cannot identify the runner. The homeowner who posted the thread on Reddit noted there were plenty of portable toilets lining the street, like I indicated, for runners to use. Another user was more sympathetic to the runner's plight. I'm sure the runner was really embarrassed to have to do that. I wouldn't call her out on it any further. If she had to go, there was probably no time, and unfortunately, it was in your yard. Better than on Commonwealth Avenue in front of everyone, they posted in a rebuttal. All right. Mike Ball sent this to me, and he wrote in the subject line, I didn't know you ran the Boston Marathon. Okay. Couple of things. If she's running well, and let's say she's trying to beat her personal record, and if it's me, I want to beat my personal record, and I'm sniffing. That's a bad word to use. I'm realizing that I'm racing well, and I think I can do it. And if I have to go to a porta-john where there's people waiting in line, I would skip that and just do it in the person's yard in order to get the personal record. Or if I knew that I would if there's no personal record involved and I'm going to crap my pants if I don't get some relief, then I would do that. But if I had to go, no personal record, and I knew I could hold it and wait in line, I just used the porta-john. Grand Rapids Marathon years ago. I'm at the starting line. Race starts in like 5 minutes. I was jogging, getting warmed up in the neighborhood right near the starting line by the YMCA, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, okay, I have to go now. So I continued my jog down a street in between two houses and I did what that woman did. And grabbed some leaves. Done. It was a fast deal. Oh, my God. That put the fear of God in me. Someone was going to be walking up. It was, daybreak. Very, very early. Cleaned up. Got the fuck out of there. That's one of dozens of times. I shouldn't say dozens. There was the Grayling incident where I wiped my ass with my hat. There was the Honduras incident. This incident, the one I just told you about, those are 3 big ones. That's enough. Ryan says, Big Fraud Zane, did you carry toilet paper with you? No, not in one of those. No. That's a great bit of advice. I have carried toilet paper in the past, but not then. Fuck. Last weekend, Saturday, I went running. And I've got 4 miles to run. I'm like 15 feet away from my driveway, and I felt some discomfort, and I knew there was a problem. I go, I'm going to try to wait this out. 4 miles doesn't take that long. I'm approaching the 1 mile mark, and I'm feeling more uncomfortable. And now, if I turn around at the 1 mile mark, it would make sense because then I can run home. I'll probably really have to go, and then do the same thing. 1 mile out, 1 mile back, get my 4 miles. I'm not uncomfortable. What did I do? None of those things. I kept going to the 2 mile mark. As I'm approaching the 2 mile mark, I'm dying. All of the troops have mobilized at the border. It's like my sphincter is the border between Ukraine and Russia. And the shit is the Russian army. And the Russian army wants to invade. I realize I'm close to the ball field that's named after Megan's grandpa. I forgot the name of that place. Dale Wagner Park or some shit. And I know they've got Porta-Johns there because every year they have Porta-Johns there. These are the Porta-Johns that I dropped my Game of Thrones book into like 100 years ago. Remember that? I was reading that Game of Thrones book, Song of Ice and Fire, and I was reading the first one, actually called Game of Thrones, and I dropped the fucking book in the toilet. In the Porta-John is laying there. I could see the cover with the sword and the blue paperback, and it's laying there in a pile of shit. And for a second, I was like, I should reach in and get it now, you asshole. Ryan says, how the fuck does that happen? I don't know, man. Maureen questioning my judgment with the you took reading material into a porta potty. Well, yeah, it was a good point in the book. I think it was the Red Wedding. Kenny says, what if it had been your phone? Would you have grabbed it? No. And you know what? Since that day, when I go into a restroom or a Porta-John like that, or the outhouse up north, the first thing I do is close the lid and then things out of my pocket, and then I put them all on that shelf so that I have no keys, no wallet, no phone, nothing. And then, all right, I'm safe. It's like my checklist. I learned. Well, anyway, thank God that Porta-John was there the other day because that was fucking rough. It saved my life. Man. Kenny was going with the questions about what is it with runners? Why does running cause so much? It's the jostling. All of that impact. It's like shaking out a pair of pants and your keys and wallet come flying out of it. Does running just shake everything loose? Yeah, you figured it out. That's exactly what happens. Oh man, it's just the worst. The key, here's what you should do. If you are like training and you don't want to crap the next day on your run, like let's say you guys all decide to get in shape to run a marathon. The key advice is the day before when you eat your meal, do not overeat. Just eat a light meal. Because, what you put in has to come out. And, you're talking about 5 p.m. Eat. Maybe earlier. And for the love of God, don't eat any fucking salads or anything with high fiber. All right? And then the next morning, at some point, nature should take its course. If it doesn't, you may have to cut loose at some point during that race. Oh, man. So I can sympathize what that lady was experiencing. On Reddit, a lot of people are torn. Or there's a lot of people supporting the guy who owns a home. And a lot of people supporting the runner. Comment, what would you have done in her situation? Response, use one of the thousands of porta potties along the route. Comment, sometimes it's an emergency. Why would you approach her during this? It was probably embarrassing. Homeowner's response, she should have had the courtesy of not shitting on my lawn. There is no possible way her actions can ever be justified. No, that's not true. Comment, homeowner should have taken a lesson from this post. Being a decent human being actually requires some effort. Comment, damn, homeowner, you didn't even offer them the bathroom? Boo! Response, right? That's the humane thing to do. Do you want to clean up in my house? Another response, you're right. Homeowner should have been out there with baby wipes helping her wipe her ass. Maybe get her some Imodium and water while she's at it. Shut the fuck up. You going to invite some stranger into your house after she poops on your lawn? Comment, you're acting like someone pooped in your yard for fun. She's running a marathon and didn't know what to do. It's not like she could just go home. Yeah, it's gross, but she was probably already embarrassed about the situation. Response from homeowner. A choice was made to run a marathon. This is a person's choice, and they're allowed to it, and all the power to them. It absolutely does not give them the right to just crap on my lawn because they decided to run a race. One person's choice should not be another person's consequences in this case. Comment, the marathoner simps defending this are unhinged. Pooping in someone's yard? What? That's insane. All right. My opinion is she probably was in a bad position, bad spot. I know she was. I'm sympathetic towards her. There's nothing that could have been done. And then the guy is overreacting. It's shit. All right? It's not the end of the world. Sure, it's gross, but a lot of things are gross. Just let it dry out, okay? Give it a day to become dry turds, and then get rid of it. I don't recommend the fresh time. That might make you gag and then make you more mad. Or let the dog out to eat it. That's what you should do. Ryan says, I wonder if Mr. Homeowner saw vag. Kenny writes, people pay for actual animal shit mixtures for their gardens. He should have just thanked her. Well, I don't think, no, I don't think that's going to work, because that would require him like getting the shit and then like putting it in one of those metal mixing bowls and adding some nutrients to it and then getting the whisk out and you know, blending it and then pouring it on the crop. So I don't think it's quite the same. I'm getting a homeowner probably uses the video to get himself off. I believe that's Rich, who just won in trivia against Dale the other day. Yeah, the guy, if it were me, walk up, see her, I turn around like, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's just weird that he was looking at her like that. The whole thing's fucked up. Okay? It's a bad deal. It's a bad deal. Not everything's perfect. Okay? It's fine. Fucking lighten up, you pain in the ass, jackass. Okay. Many of you have heard me over the years talk to the Agar family. Remember John? Johnny is the fella who has cerebral palsy, and he was featured on ESPN, and he's become a motivational speaker about you can do anything if you put your mind to it, and that's kind of his mantra. They live not far from here, and we've become friends over the years. Your old pal Easy with the whole family. And so John's sister, Annie, is a huge sports nut. And as she, through her youth, she became interested in sports reporting and sports writing. And while that was happening, thank God she has the prettiest mom, in the world, next to my lovely Diana. And she was blessed. Annie is a stone cold, lovely lady. She is an absolute fox. And so she has a social media presence. So hundreds of thousands of people follow Annie online. Okay? And recently she posted a video of her behind the wheel of an Indy car. So this is the video of that. And there's a reason why this comes up. Why can't I see it? I should be able to. Okay. We need this. We have to have this in order for this show to continue today. This sucks. That's weird because I had video earlier in the show. I showed it to you. Okay. I may have to. Okay, wait a minute. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Okay, good. For a second there, I thought I was screwed. Whew. Thank God. Okay, video check, audio check. This is Annie. Kevin Kuiper says she's a 20 out of a 10. And yes, if you do look up, you will see Annie. Annie likes to dress in bikinis and things like that and take pictures. I'm not supporting. I'm not going to post them here. I'm not going to talk about it because, again, this is all weird. She's the same age as my kids, and I like old women, and I don't like even looking at young women. It fucking creeps me the fuck out, as it should. But some of you bastards are of age, and I know what you would do. So this is like, if you sit there and objectify this kid, it's like you're objectifying my daughter. So there you go. Anyway, this is what Annie shot the other day and posted.
Ready, set, let's roll.
All right, you guys, we're out here for...
By the way, Annie is well aware of her beauty, and she uses that to her advantage all the damn time.
the Grand Prix in Long Beach. I'm about to go in a race car, okay? And my only racing experience is Mario Kart, which I killed, by the way. I am terrified.
Damn pretty girl, you ain't done it again. You're gonna turn it sexy all the way up to 10. I never seen a side.
All right, so you get it. I want to get a Twitch ticket.
Girl, yeah, we can run this town.
All right, so this is a car where she's like in the back seat of it. She's not actually driving it, but what the hell? Well, she's having fun. Okay, great. She posts it. Everybody has a good time. Her quote is, "This is how Tyreek Hill feels all the time, isn't it? Never felt faster. At IndyCar, thanks so much for having me out. Unreal experience." Tyreek Hill is the fastest football player in the league, I think, for the Miami Dolphins. She did not tweet this at Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill did see it. And he writes, "Annie, if you want my number, just say that." Here's Tyreek looking sweet. So he shoots a shot with that one. "Annie, if you want," he tweets it out to the world. "Annie, if you want my number, just say that." Now, where this gets even more fantastic is Annie. Look what she says here. "Appreciate you, man. Saw the video of that kid at your camp, though. looked like he already had your number. She's referring to a clip from the Tyreek Hill football camp the other day. Tyreek is in the red shorts here. Though he's a receiver, he's going to defend this young man. This is a high school kid who's going to try to break free from Tyreek and catch a pass. Tyreek says, I will play defense. And again, this is the fastest guy in the NFL, and he's competing against a child. Watch what the kid does to, quote unquote, get his number. He embarrasses the shit out of them. He gets his hoodie. If he was able to get a touchdown, the bet was he gets a free hoodie from Tyreek Hill. I love everybody chases after him. Yeah, fuck you, Tyreek. Just embarrassed him. So Annie, rather than, ooh, Tyreek Hill is reaching out to me. That's so awesome. Ooh, she says, yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But it looks like that kid at your camp already has your number. What a fucking, oh my God, if I'm him, I'm like, holy shit. Wow, was that awesome. And then Tyreek beat the hell out of him. He did to his own child. Yeah, I was going to leave that out just because it would slow down the story. But yeah, that was a thing. I think Tyreek broke his kid's arm. Like he has a very young child, or he did. Child broken arm. Oh, yeah. And it was on like a recording. April 25, 2019, disturbing audio recording released of Tyreek Hill and his fiancée discussing son's broken arm. An 11-minute audio clip that features Tyreek and his fiancée at the time discussing the 3-year-old broken arm and how to deal with the police investigation was released. In the clip, mom asked Hill why their son said daddy did it in regards to their son's broken arm. At one point, Hill tells the fiancée, you need to be terrified of me. You need to be terrified of me too, bitch. What the fuck? Later in the conversation, the fiancée discusses other instances of Hill getting physical with a child, saying you open up his arms and you punch him in the chest. Mom said in the recording that Hill used a belt on the child, who had been temporarily removed from the home of the Department of Children and Families investigation. Boy, if you're Dad Agar, you're like, stay away from this fucking animal. On Wednesday of this time period, the DA in that area said the office would decline to file charges against Hill and the mom in the criminal investigation for child abuse charges. Howe said his office believed that a crime occurred, but the evidence does not conclusively establish who committed the crime, which led them to close the case. So he kind of got off with lack of evidence, but there's enough evidence for the prosecutor to say, yeah, I believe he did in fact do all these things. However, getting a conviction might be a little harder. That to me sounds weak, but okay. Eventually, the Chiefs let him go. He did play further for the Chiefs after that, and then eventually winds up in Miami. Still one of the best players in the league, at least receiver, and fastest for sure. But that's horrible. If you're Daddy Agar, you're like, good job, Annie. Good job putting that fucker in his place. Annie, I'll give you my number. Oh, well, yeah, it already looks like that kid at your camp got your number. Fuck you. That is so sweet by Annie. I love that. Appreciate you, man. Saw the video of that kid at your camp, though. Looked like he already had your number. Fuck. She's funny. She's very, very funny. Tyreek probably thinks he's got to get a number out of the deal or end up talking to her because he's famous. And she just rubs his nose in the pile of shit that Boston Marathon runner plopped onto that guy's lawn. I love that so much. About the prosecution, Cole writes, I believe he did do those things. However, he paid us to look the other way. Kent dropped the E out of you, says only thing that would have been better would be if Annie said that CPS already had his number. Oh my God. Kenny writes, what the hell? Yeah, why would Annie want his number, for fuck's sake? I don't think she does. I just love what she did. I love how he figures, oh, she's absolutely going to want my number. I'm Tyreek Hill. So great. Thank you to Chris D for sending along all of that drama. I loved it. Well done. Okay. The Patreon is where I will be later on after this show finishes. God, what the fuck is wrong with me? A shart finishes. I'll be on Patreon later on, and I want you to join me. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. In fact, today we've got the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast at 7 p.m. Excuse me. Join me for that. Join us for that. We'll also record another edition of Who Are These Zanes, where we review old audio from previous radio jobs and rip your old pal Eric Zane a new one. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. The open and live stream of today's show brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. If maybe you have some high-interest credit card bills and you want to get rid of that debt because it's 25% interest right now, get a refi on your home for the amount that you owe. Okay? And get some money out of your home. And then you're paying on a lower rate, a much lower rate than you would be the credit. I know that mortgage interest rates are high right now, but not nearly as high as credit cards. That's the logic there. You can do this anytime, but now especially it's important because if you have any debt on a credit card, it's really bad. My point is, you're going with the lesser of two evils. 7% interest as opposed to 25% interest. You can always pay it off early on the mortgage or refinance it when the rate goes down. All of this is stuff that will be explained to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, now with offices all across the United States. 231-332-6505, the trusted authority, 5-star service from the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Anywhere in the U.S. except South Carolina, Maine, Alaska, and Hawaii. 231-332-6505. Don't call Kyle Ryan. Besides, it's 420. He's not working today. You know, there are people who actually do that. They take the day off and just pray to marijuana gods and smoke all day long. What a fucking waste of a day. Are you crazy? Anyway, there you go. Thank you to A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Key sponsor of the show. Get your furnace tuned up from A&E Heating and Cooling. I should say your air conditioning tuned up. Heating season is just about over. Air conditioning season is right around the corner. 616-516-8579. If you're in the market for a new AC, new furnace, this is who you call. Go ahead and get some estimates from the other guys. But go with the trusted source, A&E Heating and Cooling. You're supporting a sponsor of this show, and that goes a long way. So thank you if you've done that in the past. Your old pal EZ has to go tinkle. Stay right there. I will be back. Eric Zane for HelloFresh. You're going to save 60% plus free shipping. Pay attention. Here are the options for you. Take the family out to eat, and then you're bankrupt by the end of the month. That's out. Okay, I'm going to plan a bunch of meals. I'm going to do research, hours on end, go to the store, buy all this stuff. Somebody's going to crash into my car. I'm going to get home. Nobody's going to like it because I didn't do the recipe right. The instructions weren't clear. It goes to waste in the fridge. Blow even more money. And then everybody thinks you're a terrible preparer of meals. Or you can call upon America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh. I would just like you to try this. You know, I mean, we go way back, you and I. So just try this just once. Go to HelloFresh.com/Zane60, and then you'll use the code Zane60 for 60% off plus free shipping. So the box comes to your door after you make the various checks of what you like and how much food you actually want to get, and then let it play out. It comes to your door. The instructions are perfect. They're on individual cards. All of the portions are measured so that nothing goes to waste. You plate the food, you pass it along to the family at the table, and they're like, this is fantastic. I am not kidding you. It is a life game changer. HelloFresh. Again, you go to HelloFresh.com/Zane60 and use the code Zane60, and that's 60% off plus free shipping. Now, this offer does not last forever, so now is the perfect time. As I'm talking to you, log on, do it, sign up, and then get ready to have some fun and be admired by your family and friends. And make sure you tell me how it goes. Reach out to me on email or whatever. Scream at me when I'm running down the street and tell me that I was right, because I am right. HelloFresh is fantastic. I swear by it. I love these folks. HelloFresh.com/Zane60 and use the code Zane60 for 60% off plus free shipping. They didn't become America's #1 meal kit by doing anything other than being the best. Thank you, HelloFresh. People ask me all the time, Eric Zane, how do you do it? You have to balance so many things. You have to have your hand in just about everything in order to make a living. How are you doing it? Well, frankly, when I started, I have no idea. I think I kind of just muscled my way through it. But there is one secret that I've never really talked about until now. It's a book. It's called Elevate, Build a Business Where Everybody Wins. The author is a dude named Tommy Mello, which sounds like a guy who was a roadie for the Grateful Dead. But no, this guy's a genius, and you got to get this book. He's built a $200 million business with over 700 employees. And in this book, I discovered some skills and things that I can do to help me in what I do. It applies to just about any line of work. Kind of like if you're sick and tired of working for the man, you can become the man or woman, you know, gender stuff, or else everybody's going to get mad. What I'm suggesting is you check out the book. It's a quick read, and what you will gain when you read it will blow your mind. Tommy Mello. The book is Elevate, Build a Business Where Everybody Wins. Trust me on this. Get a copy of Elevate at elevateandwin.com/Zane. All right, you might have to back up and get that one again, but here, I'll tell you again. elevateandwin.com/Zane. You're going to love it. When you go to elevateandwin.com/Zane, you will get 5 exclusive bonuses, including a winning ads and application page checklist, the interview bundle, the 7 steps of delegation, and more. If you're in a rush, Elevate is also available on Amazon, though you will only receive the free bonuses when you go to elevateandwin.com/Zane. Read it, and when you finish the book, get ready to have your life changed.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys, bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of double-stacked JBC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nuggets, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
All right. Looks like Puppy's kind of waking up there. She's chewing on Bruce's ear. That's not going to go well. Oops. Maureen says an update on the guy that she works with or volunteers with at the, I forget what the organization is, but she goes and she helps rescue animals that are being treated with not the right care, not appropriate care. And get them out of those environments and help the pets get rehabilitated and adopted out, or until the families can get on their feet to be able to take care of a dog. This is tough work. Saving Tails Animal Rescue is what it's known as, or STAR. Which, by the way, I was just reminded. Linda won in trivia. Do you remember, did I give you the money and then you donated it? Or did you want me to donate it to Saving Tails Animal Rescue? I forget. Can you fill me in? I don't recall what I did. Because if it's on me, then I need to do that. And I was just reminded of it by reading Saving Tails Animal Rescue. Please let me know. Anyway, Maureen works with a guy who... The guy was upset at the dog owner that they were rescuing the dog from. And this guy that she worked with, this volunteer, and the volunteer described the guy who owns a dog as the N-word. So, and then now, when Maureen was describing the story to us, that led us into an entirely different saga when she was describing this to us in the first place. But her update is, well, I'll just tell you guys, in my follow-up to the N-word story, the guy doubled down. He didn't say the N-word again, but he made awful remarks again. Yeah, you gotta disavow. You gotta disavow. You gotta either call him out in the moment or tell the boss and say, we gotta distance ourselves from this guy. Because he's gonna say that, okay, in front of the wrong person, and then they're gonna go to the TV station, and then it's gonna affect everything with the adoption or the animal rescue. It's going to fuck everything up for you guys. You got to get that guy out. Maureen says she'll tell us the story tonight on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Awesome. I can't wait. We're going to bring in Kyle from another edition of Let's Kill. Last week, he was on the 25th floor of some building doing work, and we couldn't connect. Hello, Eric Zane. Oh, don't even tell me.
Eric Zane.
Hey, how are you, Kyle?
Good. Do I sound better?
You sound fantastic.
Fucking clear, dude.
You were in the middle of doing a demo job at the top of a building last week, so that's okay.
Yeah, I know that was crazy. I thought, I was like, there could be potentially an issue, but it was way worse than I expected.
Okay, so different environment today. That's good. How's everything in your world?
Let me tell you this little fucking story, Eric Zane. So I had to, I needed a new phone anyways, because here's what happened. Last time I got a phone, logistical issues in the world or whatever, but they didn't have like a phone protector for me. So they were like, come back and get one in like 2 weeks because we'll have them in then. And I was like, okay. Yeah. But I have a kid, so I fucking didn't, right? So anyways, my phone was all cracked up and messed up anyways. But last Saturday, we went over to our friend's house because they have a hot tub. And long story short, I got in the hot tub and was in there for like 15 minutes. And then Blue was like, hey, can you see if my phone's ringing? And I thought my phone was by hers. And I looked over there and looked, and it wasn't. And then I freaked out internally because I was like, I know this fucking thing's in my pocket right now. And it was in my pocket. So I fried my phone last weekend. So I got a new phone, baby.
Oh, fucking fried. That's a bad feeling.
I know. And it was there was no denying it because it was like 15 minutes. Like, it wasn't just like I dropped it in there really quick and grabbed it out.
Yeah,
like, no,
right.
that sucker was. Water was in the components.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It was, there was more water in that than like, a sponge.
100%.
That's a terrible feeling. And I even, I mean, that's bad. Also, losing the phone or misplacing it, and you don't like. The other day, I knew that it was lost somewhere in the YMCA. So the amount of panic there, I think there's more panic there than when like you can't find your child. I think. Yeah. Oh, it was bad, and someone had turned it in. Thank God. But at the time, I was like, "Oh no, my phone!" Oh. Just losing my mind. It's similarly when you do that, ruin the phone. But at least so you end up getting the new phone. That's good. Did you get a case right away?
Yeah, yep. Blue enforced her wifely abilities on me.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm not even fucking leaving this up to you. She's like, I'm getting it for you right now. So then she did a bunch of stuff on Amazon or whatever and got me the right stuff. So yeah, this sucker's protected, baby. This sucker could do, well, I don't know how this stuff usually works, but I'm guessing it's pretty protected.
That's good. Did you get a screen protector?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, yeah. Listen to her. Has she not done that? Would you have even bothered?
I don't fucking know, Eric Zane. I have good intentions. Like, even at the last time I got the phone, I was like, all right, I'll come back in and get one. And, then several months pass and you don't do it. So, I don't...
Uh-oh. Hey. What the fuck happened? You're right there and then you disappeared. It was like mid-word. I can't hear anything. Can you hear me? I'm going to hang up and try again. For fuck's sake. Now watch, it's going to go right to voicemail. He's probably still talking. Now I can't even get it to ring.
Hey, folks, you reached
for God's sake. All right, while I wait for that dumbass to come back and join us. Let's go around the radio.
Final hour on this Thursday, the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. 1-800-947-3979. Call or text if you like. FreeBeerandHotWings.com for the other stuff. Monday.
For the other stuff. What does that mean?
In the evening or afternoon, depending on your location. Virtual live at night for annual Fancy Idiots. Usually a 45-minute to a 1 hour or more. Video segment, streaming live to those who want to watch it live. And for those later, no FCC.
No FCC.
Speeches.
No rules.
Monday night. I don't know what'll happen. Usually some phone calls.
That's where we really lose our mind and tell people to fuck off.
Margaritas.
By the way, Free Beer has always said the word usually. Usually.
Booze.
You'll never not hear it again.
Good.
Smug beer.
Happen, yeah. No invites for the rest of us, I guess.
Usually. The word is usually. He's always said usually.
Steve is here.
One time I said to him, I go, dude, you're saying usually. And he got so fucking pissed off at me.
No. I mean, I can look back and on myself go, yeah, I should have won because I should have said the right answers, but I didn't. Like in hindsight, I go, oh, yeah, of course it would have been this and, whatever. But, like the housing market one, I go, oh, my God, of course it's the housing market.
Stacy was.
But I just,
All right, I can't take it. I don't know what the fuck is going on there.
It doesn't work. Sometimes I.
another text that enunciates this same principle. You
Me, yeah, me. And I've been moving on and singing that same old song. Yeah, with me. Singing, I love rock and roll.
Online shopping is way better with a soundtrack.
Obviously.
Just better. Listen to us anytime on your smart speaker.
The best mix of 2K to today. Mix 95.7.
Forget. Maybe don't pan out for a long time. But I feel that for me.
Love is the night.
Just say stuff and then report when you're right and ignore when you're wrong.
I wonder if Puddin's on. Oh. Puddin starts the show by playing the national anthem. I love this. This is so fucking stupid. I'm a patriot. We start our show by playing the national anthem. I've never wanted to be a Canadian more than when Pudding is playing the national anthem. What an asshole, that fat fuck. What is it, Peanut? The dog's upset. My puppy is upset. What can I do for you? You got to go potty or something? I think she does. Okay, we're going to take a puppy potty break. Kyle must have dropped his phone in the toilet or something. Because I can't get... I'll have to call... Wait, you know what? I think I might have my phone on Do Not Disturb. I think that's why I haven't heard from him yet. Hang on. I'll call you in a sec. You dropped out. All right, I'm going to let the puppy out. I'll be right back. It's raining like hell out there. Puppy didn't like that. Maureen says, the puppy's so cute, I'd watch her videos all day. Darla needs her own social media, Eric. Eric needs to capitalize on her cuteness. Chris writes, the video of Darla and Bruce playing was so awesome. It's not a bad idea. Darla, the English Bulldog videos. Will I do it? No, of course not. That requires effort and time, which I just don't have. Eric Zane, what the fuck happened there, Eric Zane? I don't know, Eric Zane.
Eric Zane.
Yo, it was like we're talking about your phone, and then all of a sudden the phone dies.
Dude, that's weird. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm having just bad luck with cell phone towers, dude.
Well, anyway, it's fine. I went around the radio and then I let the dog out. I got a new puppy.
Oh, you did? Yeah. What kind?
It's a little English bulldog.
A little English bulldog. All right.
Yeah.
What's you say? It's a his or a her?
It's a her. It's her name's Darla.
Darla. Now that's a good dog name, I think.
Yeah, she's great. So happy with that. Okay, so what's going on in your world? You see any stories that catch your eye, Kyle?
I have seen some stories. And let me fucking tell you this, Eric Zane. Did you hear about this story of fucking this baby crawling through the White House fence?
No, what?
Yeah, there's just this fucking article that says littlest intruder, because they got to make it sound cute. Toddler crawls through White House fence. And it says here that Joe Biden came out and sniffed it and then they shot it.
Oh,
no. No, it just says a curious toddler just climbed. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Just climbed through the fence and let's see what the old Secret Service did. No, they just walked across the lawn and retrieved it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
I'm looking at it right now. So, as you're talking about it, it looks like that they did just that. But, I guess the question right away, because anytime kids do anything like this, we're the parents. They're obviously bad parents. And, I don't know so much about that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Oh. All right. Unfortunately, I can't allow that to happen. I am punting on our Kyle segment today. I have to. I don't know what else to do. We're just getting going. That's for the second time. He writes, after the last one, he wrote, "Hey, I just turned on Wi-Fi calling, LOL. Hopefully that helps. Fucking A." Uh-oh. It happened again. Ha, 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 ha. I'll have to let that go. Moving on. Once, shame on, what's that was saying? Shame on, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Let's get into a little bit, a follow-up on Andy Knoll. You're like, who is Andy Knoll? Why do I know the name Andy Knoll? Remember Andy Knoll? She's the CEO of what was known as Herman Miller, now known as, oh, wait a minute. Her name is Andy Owen. Andy Owen, the CEO of Miller Knoll, formerly known as Herman Miller, furniture giant, based 10 miles away from where I sit in Zeeland, Michigan. That's, I believe, where her office is. That's the headquarters of this company that has thousands of people working for it, making office furniture. And she was doing a Zoom to all of the employees, and it was town hall style. So someone asked a question about, we can't get I'm bummed out that we can't get our bonuses. And now she got her bonus, like over $1 million bonus. And no one else did. Now, these people are making, on average, about $45,000 a year. The bonus is like 5% tops. That's looking at about $2,250 for a bonus for some of these folks. That is huge for them. She said this about them not getting the bonus.
Great question, Chris. And, a lot of questions came through about how can we stay motivated if we're not going to get a bonus? What can we do? What can we do? Some of them were nice and some of them were not so nice. So I'm going to address this head on. The most important thing we can do right now is focus on the things that we can control. None of us could have predicted COVID. None of us could have predicted supply chain. None of us could have predicted bank failures. But
I am sick and tired of businesses using that as an excuse for being shitty.
What we can do is stay in front of our customers, provide the best customer service we can, get our orders out our door, treat each other well, be kind, be respectful, focus on the future because it will be bright. It's not good to be in a situation we're in today, but we're not going to be here forever. It is going to get better. So lead by example, treat people well, talk to them, be kind, and get after it.
Okay, I'll pause it because, hang on, let me get her. Come here, disruptor. Got all sorts of challenges on the show today to get this done. Between Kyle's phone and the puppy. I got a tough life. I've got to pet a puppy dog while I do the show. She's already off on a bad start in this rant. She should have been more prepared. But when you have received your bonus and all the people, the worker bees, do not, there's no way out. There's nothing you can do. Oh, my God. So I don't have an answer other than if you give away your bonus to all those people. That's the only thing you can do. And there's no way she's going to do that.
Don't ask about what are we going to do if we don't get a bonus. Get the damn $26 million. Spend your time and your effort thinking about the $26 million we need and not thinking about what you're going to do if we don't get a bonus. All right?
Oh.
Can I get some commitment for that? I would appreciate it.
What a bitch.
I had an old boss who said to me one time, you can visit Pity City, but you can't live there.
Oh.
People, leave Pity City. Let's get it done. Thank you.
Oh.
Have a great day.
What a passive-aggressive, condescending whore. Oh, my God. And then she finishes with the mic drops and mouths the word boom in your fucking face. It's getting worse every time I watch that damn thing. How bad was that? Ugh. Ryan says, Captain goes down with the ship, you stupid fucking idiot. You're the fucking leader. Kenny writes, what a bitch. Ryan says, you go get the goddamn $26 million, you stupid jackass. Getting a bonus was your incentive. You failed. Try harder or find a new job, Savage Sack Lunch says. Ryan says this lady is a complete jackass. You're a shitty boss who clearly has no concept of being a leader. Get the fuck out. There's follow-up to this. So that thing went viral. I mean, it has just been dominating the news. What is it? Just lay down. Just rest. Follow-up. The latest is Miller Knoll employee. Company threatening termination for speaking out about bonuses. This was published yesterday. Miller Knoll employees were threatened with termination for speaking to the media about the comments from Andy Owen. That's according to an employee who was granted anonymity by the Holland Sentinel to protect their job. Quote, we have a meeting at the beginning of every shift, the employee wrote in a message Wednesday, April 19th. Last night, the comments were brought up in the meeting, and they said if anybody spoke out, it wouldn't be good for them, and they could be terminated. So now people are just speaking out about what she said in the meeting, and they're being threatened with their jobs. These are people that they need their jobs. They're supporting their families as best they can. And so they're speaking out about a terrible bit of behavior by this asshole boss, and they're being threatened with their jobs. Chris Marubio, a spokesperson for Miller Knoll, told the Sentinel on Wednesday that was false. Didn't happen. The first thing I would say is nobody has been directed to do that, she said. It's not a company policy. It's not something that we're doing, so that's wrong and false. The global furniture manufacturer's CEO, Andy Owen, found herself in hot water over the comments she made. That basically just rehashes the shit we already talked about. The stupid Pity City thing. She joined the company in 2018 after a long career at Gap. Like The Gap clothing, I guess. She then apologized. And I love the way Tyler wrote the comment. Miller Knoll CEO Andy Owen. I'll paraphrase her apology. I'm sorry people are calling me out, and I'm sorry you peasants didn't interpret my comments the right way. That's what I am reading. This dog. When I read into what she said and her supposed apology, what is your deal? What is it? I just let you out. You went poop 3 times. Oh my God. Oh shit. What are we going to do? I'm going to take her back out and I'll come back and finish this story. This is bound to happen when you have a puppy. Oh, honey. Okay. Let me try this again. Sorry. I think we've been doing pretty good, actually. Could be worse. Oh, okay. All right, honey bunny. Oh, I know. It's rough. Take you out. I'll get you a snack. Don't go anywhere. Stick with me. Stick with me. This dog poops a lot. Excuse me. Yeah, that was poop number 4 for this poochie. All right. Let's get settled in here. Try to bring this show home. Got some snacks here for my little one. Okay, here you go, Peanut. Here you go. Want some snacks? Okay. More on this quote-unquote apology. Story says Andy Owen has apologized to workers. I don't know if this is an apology. After the remarks went viral, Owen sent an email to the workers. Quote, I want to be transparent and empathetic. You may be, I don't think you're going to be either of those. I don't think she is either of those in this email. And as I continue to reflect on this instance, translation, get tons of shit about what I said. I feel terrible that my rallying cry seemed insensitive. Someone on Reddit pointed out the word seemed is operative. It should say, I feel terrible that my rallying cry was insensitive. It makes it worse when you treat these people like they're stupid for taking what she said and making it seem insensitive. It was insensitive. You're an asshole. One of you posted in the comments something about Pity City and she being the mayor of Cuntville. She said, what I'd hope would energize the team to meet a challenge that we've met many times before landed in a way that I did not intend, and for that, I am sorry. Okay, that's a bullshit apology by this fucking asshole. We should simply be hearing, I was way out of line, and thank you for correcting me. Anything. I would get in my, it's always incredible when people, their own ego gets in the way of what should be an apology. You know, this is what I expect should have happened with the former Zaniacs. They should have been apologizing to me, but they never did. They never did. I'm kidding. Just being an asshole. But it's true. They're idiots. She said, what I hope it energized, and for that, I am sorry. She went on to say, nothing will lessen the power and strength of our collective team. My appreciation for each of you is huge, and I will continue to do everything I can to help us meet our shared goals. Thank you for your hard work, your grace, and for, all of this is just flowery language, flowery words to try to cover up that on this so-called apology. You basically indicated that what you didn't do anything wrong and that they just took it poorly. That's what you're saying. What a bitch. What a bitch. This was posted in the one of my favorite subreddits, r/Grand Rapids. And a lot of people commented on it. Which I don't want to get into. I'm just looking at it right now. Various service professor jokes. God forbid the sales forecasting gap falls on the shoulders of someone other than the salespeople. Could it be that the leadership forecasted planned poorly? What's the CEO's plan to close the gap? Also hilarious that her prior experience as a global president of Gap Banana Republic from 14 to 17 accounted for a 50% decreased drop in their share price. This person writes, she seems like a truly awful person. This person says, with a little more context, this makes a lot more sense. Focus on getting to that sales goal and you'll get your bonus. Is that correct? This is an unrealized bonus. That's kind of how sales goes. And this is pretty much every sales meeting. Her bonuses most likely depend on that goal too. We don't know that. I do know that she got her bonus. That's the fucking smoking gun here and what people aren't paying attention to. She got the bonus. They did not get their bonus. How can you justify this type of talk, this type of bullshit pep talk when you took the bonus, you fucking asshole? My God. Ryan says it's hyperbole bullshit because she's saying that the staff was the problem for being offended. What a statement. Holy shit. I've never wanted to see someone fired more. I'm hot on this, and I don't know why. Chris writes, shut up and do your jobs, peasants. Ryan says, that means that jackasses still don't believe what she did was insensitive. It's not an apology. It's a sorry I got fucking caught. Aram says she is sorry if you were offended. By the way, somebody has the hiccups now. All right. Honey, why don't you just go to sleep? Why don't you just relax? She's having a tough time. I don't know what the deal is. They gave her a shot to get rid of worms in her gut. I guess all puppies have, like, worms. Like, really? Kenny is fixating on a rocket that's getting ready to launch. That is the Artemis rocket, I believe. Maybe we can see that together. The Artemis rocket. It may have taken off already.
Seconds into the flight of Artemis 1. Now
It's upper stage, the ICPS, and it's been switched to battery power. The same milestone is coming up for the core stage at T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds.
I think that is happening, but I don't know if it's happening as we speak. What? All right, look. You went pee, you went poo, you ate. Now I'm just going to put you down. Wander over and mess around with O'Neill, but I kind of have to keep one eye on you because I don't want you to chew like a cord or something. Okay, now she's getting a drink of water. Maybe that's what she wanted. We'll see if we can soothe the savage beast here. Kenny says, it's happening. It's way up there now. Savage Sack Lunch, who is on Team Andy Owen. He says she earned her bonus. They didn't. I think he means to write, why are we punishing her? Doesn't seem fair. And if she did earn it, I think the problem is it's the way she's her approach in talking to these people. I think that's what's coming back to bite her in the ass. And I would need to see exactly what she did to earn that bonus. Because it seems to me that if you are in charge of a company and you earn a bonus, you would be doing something good. And I would argue that she hasn't done anything good for that company in at least the last week. I think you're going to die on that hill alone, Savage Sack Lunch. which is good. I like that you're doing that because I'm typically one that would be doing what you're doing. Okay. Rocket launch. Today? I can't find it. Okay. Uh-oh. I think the shit just hit the fan with the rocket. Is there someone in the rocket? That's what I need to know.
We wanted to make it all the way through, but to get this far, honestly, is amazing.
Well, if you're just joining
unmanned,
Starship just experienced what
one
we
lap.
call a rapid unscheduled disassembly or a RUD during ascent. But now this was a development test. This is the first test flight of Starship, and the goal was to gather the data, and as we said, clear the pad and get ready to go again. So you never know exactly what's going to happen.
All right, these guys are shitty. Let's bring in rocket correspondent Kenny here to break it down. That's a great suggestion. As to what? Kenny's got like one ear on the show and his other eye and ear, and his eyes and the other ear on the rocket launch.
Hey,
so what's going on?
I was just watching another stream, so I had to turn that down.
Yeah. So, but did you say there's something that went sideways with the launch?
No, apparently it was on purpose. Like, they blew it up. They got to a certain height and then exploded. I don't know. And they were all like happy about it, so it had to be on purpose.
So, yeah, you ran over here and said, "Oh no, there's something wrong."
Well, that's what I thought, because you don't normally see a launch and then it exploded and yay.
Okay, so nothing wrong, but you're the one guy who's like, "Oh no, it's terrible."
That's because I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't. You don't usually equate explosions to being a good thing.
Okay, so false alarm. You were seeing something that was planned, and you rushed over here to tell us, to give us false information, is what you were doing.
Yeah, I guess so. Sure.
Okay, I got it. It's all good. It's described as an unscheduled rapid disassembly.
You missed where they showed Elon, though. He didn't look happy. So
I did see him actually for a little bit, just sitting there watching that thing. That rocket is like the biggest rocket that's ever been launched into space. It's remarkably huge.
That's crazy. Let's just waste let's burn a bunch of money today. Can you imagine?
Chris is suggesting it was not on purpose. Maybe that's why Musk was, reacting the way he did. I'll have to get caught up on the story.
I didn't know anything about it until like 15 minutes ago.
All right.
So, celestial excitement.
Okay, thank you.
All right, later.
All right, there we go. So we'll get to the bottom of that later. No big deal. I'm sure it's fine. Nothing to see here. I love it when those nerds get wound up, though. That's one of my favorite things. All right, the dog is now what you didn't see off camera was Darla attacked O'Neill, and he growled at her, and then he got on the fucking chair, and now he's got a look on his face like "fuck you." The puppy is chasing her own foot. Hang on, she's chewing on something. Hey. Okay, it was a bone. She can chew the bone. The bone is okay. All right. Folks, I do cameos. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for one. They're fun. They're $20. Someone's celebrating a birthday. Maybe you need to motivate your workers, to get the bonus. I'll do free cameos if someone works at Miller Knoll. If they work at Miller Knoll, I will waive the fee, and I will give them a pep talk. A Eric Zane Show Podcast, cameo, Miller Knoll pep talk. Can be yours. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Thank you, as always, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. 616-532-6600. Good group over there fixing all types of cars. The only thing they won't work on, Volkswagens. So they work on EVs and hybrids as well. That's part of the business. All the car dealerships reach out to them. Hey, we can't fix it. Can you do it? Of course. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Don't just take my word for it. Go see the dozens and dozens of reviews that they display prominently at their website, irvines.com. I might have to do this show like Pat McAfee for the duration if I'm going to do this appropriately, because the dog, I'm worried about this puppy taking a dump. Well, hell, if she does, won't be the first time someone's crapped in the house, and O'Neill will just clean it up. Relax. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Thank you, Kent County Health Department. If you or someone you know or love is having trouble keeping food on the table, reach out to the Kent County Health Department and ask about the WIC program. If you qualify, you can get access to a card with all sorts of food items that can keep the family fed. Kent County Health Department, their website is access.com, accesskent.com/health. That's accesskent.com/health. Or call 616-632-7200. All right. The latest TikTok challenge. These are getting worse. This is not a good story. This is very, very sad. 13-year-old boy sees on TikTok that there's a challenge. And now we all know how this is. If a kid sees a challenge on TikTok, they're going to do it. If they did eat bullets from a machine gun challenge on TikTok, kids would do it. This one is equally deadly. Take as much Benadryl as possible and then die. This kid is dead. What the fuck? Hang on, there's an ad. Shit, hang on a second. Hey! Knock it off. Knock it off, you little fucker. Bear with me. Your old pal EZ is getting all sorts of challenges today. No! Okay, here we go.
A local teen is dead after overdosing on an over-the-counter medication. He was trying to copy a social media challenge. Now, his family spoke with our Stephanie Dupre and only spoke with her. Steph, tell us, what was this challenge all about?
Well, Tom, the family tells me that the challenge was to take 12 to 14 pills and it would create a hallucination. But instead, that overdose killed him. 13-year-old Jacob Stevens. He was on a ventilator for about a week, and you're about to see a picture of him in that condition. His parents want you to see it and want this and what this challenge did to their son.
I'm going to do everything I can to try to make sure another child doesn't go through it.
13-year-old Jacob Stevens died after 6 days on a ventilator.
The worst day of my life.
He overdosed on Benadryl after attempting a TikTok challenge. Family told me the challenge was to take 12 to 14 pills and it would create a hallucination. Jacob took more than that.
They kind of just all come at one time and it was too much for his body.
Jacob's father, Justin Stevens, says the teen was at home with friends when he overdosed. He says Jacob's friends filmed him attempting the social media challenge when all of a sudden his body started seizing. Justin says he felt like time stopped when doctors told him his son would never wake up.
No brain scan. There was nothing there. He said we could keep him on the vent. We could, he could lay there like that, but he will never open his eyes. He will never
breathe on his own.
He'll never do anything like that.
Smile. He'll never walk, talk.
His parents described Jacob as a well-mannered, funny, loving kid. He played football for Greenfield schools.
It didn't matter how bad of a day I was having, and nobody else could make me smile. Jacob would make me smile.
His father says what community members...
Dad's like, he made me smile almost as much as my hatred of Joe Biden
said about his son brought him to tears.
It made me feel really good to see some of the posts that his peers had put on Facebook about how he helped them.
And now his family has a warning for other parents.
Keep an eye on what your kid's doing with that phone. Talk to them about, the situation. I want everybody to know about my son's situation.
They're also trying to get lawmakers to put an age restriction on buying medicine like Benadryl.
I've already sent a message to Mr. DeWine.
If it's my life goal to make that happen, I'll go at it till I die.
Justin also wants social media like TikTok to have age restrictions, like in order to make an account, you have to provide an ID. Jacob's funeral will be next week.
Jesus.
On your side, I'm Stephanie Dupre, Fox 28 News.
Fucking A. My God. Where does it end? This is why people want TikTok banned. I don't think... I don't know if that's the big problem. I think part of it might be they're not willing to, or they don't have the technology to keep that shit, those types of challenges, if you will, off of the platform. Back when we were growing up, we would watch TV, and if there was anything that was dramatic, like Evel Knievel fucking jumping the bus on his motorcycle, it would say, kids, don't try this at home. Nowadays, they make you drink acid and they say, try this at home. So, I don't know. Florida Man 814 says if we can sue gun manufacturers and Alex Jones and McDonald's for hot coffee, why can't TikTok and these content creators, quote unquote, be sued into oblivion and held responsible for all these injuries and deaths from these meme-arted challenges? No, I get you. And it's kind of similar. It's kind of lining up with what I was saying. It's like, there is no warning. They're just saying, yeah, go ahead and try this. It's great. This kind of stuff was happening before TikTok, YouTube, and the Cinnamon Challenge, Tide Pods, etc. I think the Tide Pods was a rumor, and there were videos saying you should try it, but I don't know if anybody actually did. I was reading an op-ed about that it was all, no one actually did try that, but I don't know, maybe that's wrong. But still, it to your point. Ryan says, hey, that's a good point, Florida Man. Instead of making me hassle to go behind the counter to get my meds, let's hold the idiots responsible. Kyle says, I think Gronk tried it. I don't know if that's true. But I think when you have kids having access to that and they see that stuff, all kids want is to fit in. They all want to fit in. They all want to they want to do what their friends are doing. They want to seem cool or whatever. That's because all kids are super dumb. The brain is not formed appropriately. You know, there's still all sorts of stupid shit that they have to do. So they don't need any help by videos saying, try this. I think, though, if you ban TikTok, there is one state in the union, I'm not sure which one it is, that has banned TikTok. I mean, it's just going to pop up in some other way. The genie's out of the bottle. There's no going back. I think if you really want to get down to brass tacks, if you're really, really concerned about your kids being safe, you either don't allow them access to the internet, or you watch over what they do and supervise. But who the fuck wants to do that? I don't know, man. I wish I had an answer here, but I don't. Jimmy writes, I watch the Three Stooges. I know not to hit someone with a hammer. Perhaps he was just stupid, the kid. Perhaps that's it. Maybe it's just stupidity. Is that what we're dealing with here? Is it a horrible meeting of stupid idea and dumber person meeting? I know it sounds harsh, but I know a lot of 13-year-old kids who would not be interested in taking Benadryl. Brandis says maybe he was trying to impress the friends videotaping him. Exactly. I think that is true. I think that's probably the best answer here. Peer pressure, you know? Maureen says combination of stupidity and wanting to fit in. Nate Bull with a horrible comment because he's a horrible individual. He wrote, natural selection taking care of possible future leaders. My God. On today's Patreon bonus podcast, I'm going to tell you about the most fucked up funeral ever. You must join me for this story. This is so ridiculous. And it didn't happen in like a faraway country, foreign country. It happened in West Virginia. The most messed up funeral that has ever taken place, without a doubt. We'll be talking about that. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. I reached out to Kyle and I said, it happened again. He said, dude, this fucking sucks. LOL. I just restarted this phone if you want to try again, but I get it if you don't. I moved on. We'll try again next week. I think our little princess over there is finally starting to calm down. This has been the first challenging day since we brought her into the fold. I think we're doing very well, though. I will say that the extensive trips outside are paying off because she does whine when she has to go to the bathroom. That is, it's like having a child. When she cries, I know she's either has to go to the bathroom or eat or drink. One of those three things. Or she's cranky and tired. It's just like having a baby. It's fantastic. All right. Advertise with the Eric Zane Show podcast. Reach out to me, Eric at EricZaneShow.com, if you want to find out how it works. It's very simple. Thank you to Berlin Raceway. Okay, I have a drawing today for tickets, but you can get tickets and go see great local racing. Every week is a fantastic schedule, professional, just under a half-mile oval, kind of like a tri-oval almost at Berlin. Asphalt racing, berlinraceway.com. Tickets are $14, $17 if you get them at the gate. Buy them online at berlinraceway.com. Parking is free. Children 15 and under are free. Coolers are welcome, 12 by 18 or smaller only. They will measure, and they will turn you away if it's bigger. 12 by 18, they got to draw the line somewhere. With as many snacks or whatever. You can put a fucking turkey dinner in your cooler if you want. You can load it up with whatever you want to eat, and you can load it up with all the soft drinks you want. No alcohol and no glass allowed into the venue. The beer that you buy in the venue is priced appropriately and not overpriced. Great concessions, great food, cheap beer, and all that. They've got a band that usually plays after the races. You can hang out in the bar underneath the grandstand. Fantastic merch shop. They got it all going at Berlin Raceway. Check them out online, berlinraceway.com, for Saturday's races, racing all spring, summer, and into the fall at Berlin Raceway. Batting last in the lineup, Blue Frost IT. The managed IT service provider for the EZSP. If you have a small or medium-sized business, this is how the process works. Let's say you need new technology. Your computers suck. They're slow. Employees hate you because your business, all the computers are so slow. You got to upgrade. But if you just start buying stuff off the shelf, you're going to buy too much, too little, or the wrong thing. Sit down for a 30-minute free consultation with Blue Frost IT about what to buy based on the needs of your business. You make your purchase. They help you with that. They help you set it up, get everything, all your networks online, everything. They take care of everything. Then once all that is done on that project, they'll transition their work to managed IT service provider. You need to reach out to Blue Frost if you have any technical issues, 616-200-8550. The managed IT work, what that means is, like, if anything goes wrong, you call them. Hey, this is crapping out. They log on, remotely access your gear, and fix it right there. If you don't have that already established, it's going to take some time to kind of get in the queue. Time is money. Don't do that. Like, if my podcast goes down, I got to have somebody on top of this shit, because if I don't have access to what I need to do this show, I'm out of business. That's how that works. Reach out to Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550. I got to say, the asshole of the day today is TikTok. Yeah, it's just fucked up. It's just out of hand. Brought to you by TC Paintball. Paintball war coming up a week from Sunday. Well, we did it. We got through this show. I think we did okay, considering dog going bananas, Kyle's cell phone acting like crazy, I think, unless it was me. I don't even know. I don't care, because we had fun. I think we did okay despite that, despite those things. Bob had a nominee for Asshole of the Day, the mayor of Cuntville. That would be Andy Owen. Yeah, honorable mention. All right, folks. Have a good one. I'll talk to you down the road. Thank you. Bye-bye.